Good morning, everyone. I am Pulkit Bazari, the moderator of this webinar today. We are delighted to welcome you all to this webinar. This is being organized by the Continuing Professional Education Committee of ICI. Please block your calendars for CP webinars on Wednesdays and Fridays. It is my pleasure to be your moderator for this webinar on the topic of emerging risk management practices in technology sector and AI in taxation. In a short while, we'll be starting this webinar. Firstly, I would like to apprise you about the CPE committee. The role of a chartered accountant is evolving continuously to accept newer responsibilities in a dynamic global environment. The future of CS depends on being flexible and open to innovation. Therefore, the need of the hour is to innovate as per the requisites of the contemporary business environment and accordingly upgrade the curriculum and education system of CA course. The committee also believes that the members of ICI should look beyond the traditional areas of practice and seek and explore new areas of practice in business and profession, and hence the CB committee is monitoring the members by providing guidance through various workshops, seminars, national conferences, background materials, etc., and simultaneously by encouraging young and dynamic professionals to grow as a speaker or master of ceremonies, etc., and CPE programs. The program for this evening is as follows. We'll be having two sessions of 1 hour each, and the topic for today are first, the emerging risk management practices and practical internal audit insights in technology sector by CA Alok Gupta sir, and AI in taxation by CA Akhil Pachuri sir. Before going forward, and I would like to invite firstly the Vice Chairman of CP Committee, CA Vishnu Kumar Agarwal sir, and I would like to introduce him. He's a fellow chartered accountant and ISA certified. He is the Central Council member of ICI for the term 2025 to 2029. He currently serves as the Vice Chairman of the CP Committee and the Direct Tax Committee of ICI. Additionally, he is an esteemed member of several other key committees of ICI. With over 2 decades of experience, he specializes in income tax matters and has also authored the book Landmark Judgment of Income Tax. Beyond his professional commitments, CA Vishnu Kumar Agarwalji is actively involved in social service and community initiatives. His professional acumen, leadership roles, and dedication to both the profession and society make him a respected figure in the accounting and taxation domain. We welcome you, sir. Now I'll hand over to you, sir.
Thank you, Pulkitji. Honorable and respected our Central Council member and the chairman of the CP committee, Satish Gupta ji from Jaipur. Today's moderator of this particular session, webinar, Pulkit Bazari ji from Kota. Our learned speaker, CA Alok Gupta ji, who will speak on the emerging risk management practice and practical internal audit insight in technology sector. It is the in need of this particular era, particular time, and our another expert, Akhil Pachuri ji, who is AI in taxation. Friends, whenever we heard the name of AI, we are limited to only ChatGPT. ChatGPT, but in the true sense, AI is not the only ChatGPT, but it is very on the large scale. So our both of the speaker with enlight on the AI and ChatGPT and how we will take the benefit of the AI in the taxation and AI in the audit tool also. Friends, with the help of our CP committee chairman Satish Gupta ji, and under his guidance, every week we are doing two webinar on the on the four subjects for the benefit of our all the members across the country. Friends, we have also taken acknowledgement from the abroad speakers, out of India speakers from several times, and how to set up the practice and what opportunities are at the abroad for our Indian chartered accountants. So we have done a lot of webinar on this particular topic also for the different countries. Friends, under the CP committee, we are doing the structures CP committee program across the country also with the different branches and different study circles. Friends, I am also vice chairman of the direct tax committee, and you will be happy that our new finance bill 2025 was with the selection committee of the parliament, select committee of the parliament, and more than 100 plus our suggestion given by the selection to the selection committee has taken by the select committee parliament for the new finance bill 2025, and now the bill is before the parliament Lok Sabha in this particular session. Friends, we are also doing under the direct tax committee for revise our guidance note 44ab, and it is also on the public domain up to tomorrow. If you have any suggestion for the revised guidance note 44ab, kindly give your suggestion at the dtc@ici.in. And also we are coming with the checklist of the ITR form number 127. Our 4-5 ITR is already completed and remaining one or two ITRs is are under preparation. In the next couple of days, we are also coming out with the checklist for the all the ITR forms 127. Friends, today our chairman Satish Gupta ji has also given the representation to the chief commissioner of the income tax at Jaipur for the in last couple of days. So many searches and surveys are happen on the chartered accountant office. So my compliment to our chairman Satish Gupta ji for taken up this particular project for the benefit of all the members. Friends, I will not take much of the time. Our chairman is also here, so he will also enlighten of all the other initiative by the CP committee. With these words, I thanks to each one of you to joining this particular webinar. I my heartily compliment to both of my speaker and today's moderator for giving his time for benefit of the profession. Thank you, friends.
Thank you so much, Vishnu sir, for your enlightening remarks for the today's seminar. Uh, Now, I would like to introduce C. Satish Kumar Gupta ji, who is the chairman of the continuing Professional Education CP Committee of the ICI. In addition to this role, he is also the chairman of the Union Directorate and vice chairman of the Committee for Members in Practice for the current government. He has previously served as a Central Council member from 2019 to 22, during which he has held key leadership positions like chairman of the CSR, vice chairman of Direct Tax Committee, vice chairman of PDC Committee, vice chairman of Committee on Management Accounting. As a distinguished figure in the professional community, C. Satish Gupta ji also served as the president of the RTCA for a remarkable decade of 2020 till 2023. In the past, he held his position of the chairman of the Jaipur branch of the Central India Regional Council of ICI, during which the branch was honored with an excellent branch award by CARC, recognizing outstanding performance under his able leadership. Now, with these words, I would like to invite CA Satish Gupta ji. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much, Pulkit, Vice Chairman of the committee, my brother, my friend, a very knowledgeable council member. I can say proactive chartered accountant Vishnu Agrawal ji from Mumbai. Speakers of the day, Alok Gupta ji from Delhi, and my younger brother Akhil Pachori from Jaipur, to whom I say that he is the brightest star of the profession, doing very good in this young age. And Pulkit from Kota, he is also very close to my heart. Alokji, you are going to take today emerging risk management practices and practical internal audit insight in technology sector. I think it is going to be a great benefit for all of the members who have attended, who are attending this webinar. And Akhil is taking the AI in taxation. I think Akhil will demonstrate practically how the AI can help our members while they are in doing any work of taxation. And my dear friends, who are attending in a very large number this webinar. Tiwari ji, Secretary, Committee, Team CP, Team Technical, a very warm welcome to each one of you. And thank you very much from my deepest core of my heart. Just welcoming and just giving such a big response to the webinars of the CP committee that you people attend on every Wednesday and every Friday. The topics of your interest through these webinars. And we are also committed to bring as much as very good topics, as much as very good faculties, and the new things which we have initiated in the CP committee, that we are inviting the speakers from the countries beyond India just to deliberate on the opportunities for the profession in their respective country. We are also inviting the industry experts just to deliberate on the opportunity in their particular industry. We are also inviting the experts on the government subsidies or government schemes, who tells us the opportunities for the profession in the government, whether it is central government or whether it is state government. Apart from this, we are holding continuous webinars on our conservative topics like income tax, like GST, project financing, and auditing, etc., etc., etc. So, friends, I would request first that kindly don't forget Wednesday and Thursday to attend these webinars. Apart from this, these webinars, we are also focusing on the quality and availability of CPE programs to all the members of the profession. To ensure the quality, we are just going to implement from September or from October onwards the real time CPE credit. We are just, rather, I could say that all the things are on the line, on the track. We have given the TCS to bring a new portal of the CP committee, and with the help of technology, with the help of geofencing, we would ensure, the committee would ensure that the credit of CP hour is given on real time presence basis. Just to explain what is the real time presence basis, that suppose you register for 12-hour national conference, but attend only 10 hour, the member will get the credit for 10 hour only. Likewise, if member attend only 8 hours, the member will get the credit of 8 hours only. Member attend 12 hours, the member will get the credit of 12 hours. Why we were forced to implement this particular initiative? Friends, what is happening, that since you all are aware that CP credit was launched 20 years back, and now I feel, and the committee feels, that now it is well, 20 years have gone and now we are well matured, and need of the continuous profession education has increased a lot. So it is now necessary that we just adopt the CP credit, as like that we adopt the Bhagavad, we adopt the Ramayana, we adopt the Bible, we adopt the other our granths. So then only we would be in position to really understand what is the meaning of the CP. Apart from this, we are opening as much as the CP chapters, CP circles, CP groups to ensure the availability of the CP program throughout the nation. Our committee is sending the mails to every chartered accountant of small or mofussil areas or small towns or small districts where branches cannot be opened. I would request each one of you who is attending this webinar, kindly, if you belong to a small town where there is no branch of ICI, if you belong to a town where there is no CP chapter or CP circle or CP group, so kindly just go on the website of ICI, go to CP and see the eligibility criteria. And if you come in those criteria, kindly contact our CP committee, where under the leadership of Tiwari ji, who is the secretary of the committee, they are waiting for such request, and they are completing all such requests on very fast basis. They have just taken this agenda on the priority, and we are to open as much as all the requests we receive for the CP chapter, CP circle, or CP group. Apart from this, friends, we are inviting the interest of our members who want to speak on any topic relating to any subject. You come forward, send your interest with a 2-minute video of your topic to the committee. We will scrutinize all those videos and we will go through the your that biodata or CV. And after considering, after seeing all these things, we would definitely invite you for speaking for showing your talent, for speaking on your loving love topic to the members of the institute so they can be benefited, and you also get the benefit to showcase your potential to the members of the profession. This is something about the CP, and I would also like to talk about the UDIN Directorate, where I am the convener of the UDIN Directorate, friends. And in UDIN Directorate, we have taken two initiatives which have been approved by the council also. One thing that either from this year or from next year, uh, member would not be eligible to generate UDIN for his or her 61st tax audit. Meaning thereby that if a member has 70 audits and he can generate UDIN for 60 audits only, for 61st audit, he would not be eligible to generate UDIN. He will have to send those audits to his partner or to some other chartered accountant, and this has been implemented, approved by the council and in the process of implementation. Second thing which we have done, and that is being also approved by the council, is the that if any auditee comes to you, get his accounts audited for 1 year, does not come for audit for next year to you, goes to some other chartered accountants, and the fees of previous auditor is not paid, or previous auditor has some issues, technical issues to share with the succeeding auditor, but since succeeding auditor has not intimated to the previous auditor, and previous auditor is not in position to know the name of the succeeding auditor. So through the help of technology, through the help of UDIN, we are making it enable that our preceding auditor may know the name of succeeding auditor in case of any note and in a need, so he or she can take any action, any communication with the succeeding auditor. I would also like to talk about the CMP, where I'm a vice chairman, friend. At CMP committee, we are doing two type of works. One is the quality education, quality opportunities. In that particular area, we have started the 6-day course on GST litigation. And that course has been designed in such a way that the member attending that course would find himself or herself in the position to deal the litigation independently. So whenever this course comes to your city or town or nearby city, it is priced at rupees 10,000, but it has been designed in a workshop basis. So there will be a real training. So you may feel that price is high, but after attending this workshop for 6 days, you will definitely love that. Yes, you have got something extraordinary, which has made value, which has been facilitated to a value addition also. So don't forget, at Jaipur we are starting this course from 2nd of August, and the batch size we have limited only 30 to 35. So this course has been designed definitely in the way ki each member attending the course get the benefits. Apart from these, we are also in process to develop the courses on the real estate super consultant, virtual CFO, how to get work from outside India. So those courses are being in process of designing, in process of faculty development. It may take 2-3 months, but as of now, don't forget to attend the GST litigation course. Apart from these technical courses, which will definitely give you a value addition, we are working very deeply to several initiatives which will bring a smile on the faces of our members. Believe me, friends, we are on the process, and I don't want to brief those things without having approval of the council. So let us take the approval of the council on those initiatives. And after that, yes, you would definitely say that yes, our institute is looking after the members at large, looking after the members of the Mofussil area, looking after the members of professional uh, in practice, looking after the members in industry. So we are taking care of all our members, and even in some cases, we are taking care of our students also. So, friends, at ICI, as rightly told by Vishnu Bhai, they are working. He has described the working of DTC Direct Tax Committee, and he's requested you to kindly go through the exposure draft of the new tax audit guidance note. I would request each one of you who is in tax audit, kindly see those exposure draft, and whatever advice, whatever suggestion, feedback you want to give, do it definitely, because it will definitely mean a lot for our profession. So all other committees are also doing a great work this year under the leadership of Nandaji and Prasannaji, and with our colleagues, 32 colleagues and the eight government nominees, we are working day and night how we can bring the difference in the life of our professional members. So, friend, there are certain things to talk, but today is the time to listen Alok Bhai, to listen Akhil Bhai, and to listen your questions. So I don't want to take much of time. We will talk some other time on various initiatives taken up by the institute. But I would say that don't hesitate in connecting with me, in connecting with Vishnu Bhai, in connecting with any of the council member, in connecting with of the office of the ICI. If you have any issue, if you want to talk, if you want to communicate, if you want to give your feedback, if you want to give your suggestion, if you are not happy with anything which is happening at the institute, kindly come forward, give your suggestion, because it is your institute, it is your mother body, and whatever we are doing for the profession, and it is your fund which is with the ICI. So be proactive, be positive, and come if you have any suggestion for us. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot. No, I would definitely see that you involve in all our webinars in very active or proactive basis. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Jai Bharat, Jai AC. Over to Pulkit.
Thank you so much, Satish sir, for your insights about the CP committee and the various initiatives that you have taken up in the institute. I've been just been informed that the session has already crossed more than 730 participants. So, Alok
Wow.
sir, Akhil sir, 730 is a great strength. और आज का सेशन ही ऐसा है, the session is almost like this कि nobody would like to miss. So without taking much time, let me just read out the profile of C. Alok Gupta sir. Alok Gupta sir is a chartered accountant with over 16 years of experience in internal audit, risk management, and governance. Currently, he has served as the head of internal audit and risk management at a tech MNC, driving strategic risk initiatives, building internal control frameworks, and advising on process optimization. He's passionate about his knowledge sharing and regularly engages his team on business enterprises risk, audit excellence, and technology driven governance, bringing practical perspective from both industry and regulatory viewpoints. And I was just having a word with Alok sir in the morning, and to every participant, this is a great session, and we'll be learning how auditors and risk professionals must update their risk management strategies to address these changes. And we'll be definitely taking up some of the case studies which will enhance our studies on this as well. Over to you, Alok sir, for the next session.
Thank you very much, Pulkitji. Thank you, Satish sir. Thank you, ICI, for giving me this opportunity of being a part of this learning journey. So, today's session is about emerging risk management practices in the technology sector. So, should I share my presentation or the screen right now? Is it fine? Yeah, Pulkit, I'm just asking you, should I share the presentation on the screen?
Yes, yes, sir, you can share.
Yes, sir, please.
Sure. I think it is visible.
It's visible, sir. You can continue.
Yeah, sure. I would like to start with a brief introduction about myself. My name is Alok Kumar Gupta. I am a chartered accountant. I have more than 16 years of experience in different industries, let it be telecom, IT, risk consulting, power, aviation. But I would say that majority of my experience, maybe more than 90% of my experience belongs to IT sector. So currently, I am the head of risk and risk management in a leading technology MNC. Previously, I worked for many other good companies. So I have some overseas experience also where I traveled to UK and Ireland for some forensic assignments. I have been instrumental in the system implementation part of the organization, let it be SAP. Then maybe when GST was implemented, I was instrumental in implementing GST, etc. Also, recently I have been I completed some certain certification related to advanced AI, machine learning, generative AI, and forensic accounting. So being a part of continuous learning, I try to keep myself updated. So I would like to start with the technical technology sector landscape. So in the recent past, maybe in the last 2 3 years, we have seen a lot of changes that has happened. Maybe in the whole decade, the last decade, something which is not changed has been changed the last 1 or 2 years. So there is a hyper acceleration of digital transformation. So I would say, the way things are changing, maybe a change which takes a decade, now it will take maybe 1 year from now. So things are changing accordingly. The risk strategy has to be changed. So, unprecedented digital acceleration driven by AI and IoT, cloud and automation leads us to think about whether the traditional approach of risk management and doing conducting the audit is 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 relevant now, or do we need to change, and how can we change? So some kind of new vulnerabilities have come when we are using AI. So let's talk about Chat GPT that we are using on the day-to-day basis. So Chat GPT is a narrow AI, is an example of narrow AI, that is the level one AI, which is which is a kind of interactive platform for a user who is not technically expert and who wants to interact with some kind of tool to make the work easy. In a day-to-day basis, we are experiencing using Chat GPT, but that kind of the output which is coming from this generative AI model is evolving over the period of time because of the machine learning approach that it is being utilizing. So the new vulnerability like the model biasness, the kind of explainability. So explainability means like when we are asking something from Chat GPT, how it is actually reading our pattern or maybe the command that we are putting in. So that explainability means the response, how it is responding. So the way it is responding may be changed or maybe different for one user to another user on case to case basis. So that is one of the key consideration when we will see in future. So this kind of explainability risk will come. I can take an example of some a company, maybe a company, a banking company where a person is applying a loan. The loan application goes to a AI system, then the credentials are verified, and it is able to conclude that I'm not going to sanction the loan based on the credentials. So the person complained to the bank manager that why my loan was rejected, loan application was rejected. So when the interesting part, when the manager actually reviewed all the documents, the manager came to know that all the documents were correct, all the documents were fine, absolutely fine. There is no credit failures or the past negative history. The credit score was also good, and the required income documents and all the things were okay. Then why it was happened? So that kind of explainability challenges that we will be seeing in the output which will come from the AI. So that is one of the key consideration in the AI related, technology related things that we can experience in future more. And about the rapid innovation cycles, I'm talking about the technology sector where software development is a key component of the company. So when a software development takes place, so it has various life cycle components. So various stages are there. So earlier we used to see years to to complete a life cycle of a software. Now because of the introduction of AI and the new technologies which are coming in, so that product life cycle is now measured in months, not in years, because of the dynamic nature of changes which are happening. We are also seeing that heavy research and development investments are being made by big giant IT companies like Microsoft. I recently heard about Microsoft is investing billions of dollars on the AI infrastructure. Also, one of the news which I heard is Meta has hired recently, putting lot of money on getting the talent from the leading OpenAI company. So that kind of heavy R&D investment will definitely be the key component or the key consideration for future for the auditors. So because of the extended digital ecosystem and when we are using these kind of platforms, we would require large machines, we would require large investment, heavy servers, and so it would require a lot of investment as well as when we will use lot of database. So there is a rise of AI-driven cyber attacks which will take place. Recently, we have heard about deepfakes, which is just a small glimpse of what AI can do and how the things will be, how we will see the danger or the negative part of AI in future. So that is just a beginning. So these kind of algorithm related manipulation may be increased in future if we do not have a proper regulatory framework to control this scenario. So these kind of things are, very important for the tech sector auditors to understand. So these kind of emerging risks will play a very important role. And of course, the government is also, considering all these factors. So we have to be ethical in terms of, using AI. So a lot of laws are coming in. In recently, DPDPA, that is Digital Personal Data Protection Act, in 2023, the Indian government has actually announced. So the implementation will take place another couple of maybe in next few months we'll be able to see the practical implementation of this. However, the many big companies have already undergone to implement this act, and globally we have EU GDPR Act, that is Global Data Protection Regulation Act. So that talks about the data protection and data privacy. The other thing is like the supply chain and the third party vulnerability. I've personally seen the the technology companies. Sometimes we are not able to hire the right talent or maybe some technology that we need, but we are hardly finding any resource of that. So we have to heavily dependent on third party to outsource our technical work to the third party, or maybe we need to hire some third party resources to get our high tech work done. So these kind of things are largely being part of the overall cost of the software development life cycle. So there is a heavy dependency on third party nowadays. So there is a vulnerability inherent into it. And in terms of the supply chain, we have recently seen some shortage of semiconductors in the technology companies where the chipset were short. So it's a key component of the technology companies, and there are very limited manufacturers who are taking care this manufacturing of semiconductors. Like Nvidia is one of the company who makes it. Then we have Qualcomm. So these kind of companies are the the prominent monopoly players in the market, in the industry. So that kind of shortages play a very important role. It can hamper the complete production life cycle of the technology companies, the production lines, and the revenue. Everything can be delayed if these kind of shortages will come. So we have to consider all these things, how we can forecast or foresee these kind of situations where we can we can foresee and we can make a risk management plan to actually cater these kind of uncertainties. So we have also critical dependency on AI and ML services. So these kind of dependency will definitely, because gradually we are shifting from a traditional way of working to a automated way of working. So that change will take will the transition will be very critical phase of this kind of change. So that transition has to be very smooth and very controlled. So that thing also play a very important role. So as I told you earlier, we have shared in the last slide about the regulatory environment. So some kind of global regulations will be coming very soon. AI ethical laws will be coming. We already have ESG rules. We have already have some kind of data sharing mandates. How data privacy plays a very important role. So these kind of consideration has to be in the risk management framework for the auditors. I would like to touch upon some internal audit insights about the technology companies. So these are I have bifurcated into two parts. So one is related to financial risk considerations. So these are some practical things that we have observed in the past few years, that these are top 4 5 items that we should look upon in the technology companies whenever we have some you know big risk areas. So majority in majority of the cases we found that these are the top three things, 3 4 things that we should look upon. So, like for example, a company is a SaaS company, software as a service company, who make software for the client, and that software is they bill to the client, and initially they are giving some kind of some free trial. So suppose the free trial period is over, but after free trial the plan is not auto upgraded. So that kind of scenario is a very risky situation where we have seen a lot of cases happen. So that thing can be a major point of consideration for an auditor in the technology company to consider. So that subscription plays a very important revenue component in the entire income statement. So if we have a missed billing cycle, if we have failed plan upgrades, so that kind of things is purely a revenue leakage. So that is very important to understand how our controls are designed to automatically upgrade the plans. So control that controls needs to be checked. So another thing that we have observed is the cloud spend oversight because of the change of the nature of the work. Now we have instead of the physical assets, now the physical servers are uh, being changed to virtual servers, like we are using cloud services. So every technology company investing heavily on cloud services. So over provision environment and no auto shutdown plays a very risky it is a very risky situation where we have bought a lot of capacity of the server, but we are not utilizing it properly, and nobody is watching whether we are effectively utilizing or not. So that ideal capacity or ideal underutilization, but we are actually paying the full money to the vendor. So that is one of the key considerations that we should look upon. Another thing is the vendor and contractual risk. So as we have I've personally seen in many situations where we have same vendor, but it is registered in different names. So that we have found that in a big technology company where we have lot of departments who are using the same vendor, so the vendor is registered in different names by the company, and the other department has also paid for the same vendor. The first department is also paid for the same vendor. So that kind of vendor registration for the same vendor is registered for different kind of departments in different names. So that we have seen experience. So that is one of the key risks that I have seen. So that thing we should also take care. And sometimes the contract got expired with the vendors. So that expiry of contract and auto renewal did not happen because there was nobody was monitoring that part. So because of the expired contract, either we have lost the service, either we, there were some SLA breaches which would happen. So that kind of contractual risk is also very important to consider. Another thing is like because in technology companies we heavily invest on licenses and subscriptions. So sometimes during the accounting process of it, a capex is misclassified as opex or vice versa. So that we have seen in many cases. When the license fees we have paid for 1 year and it got capitalized, so the whole mechanism got failed, and the cloud cost get misclassified as capex. So that we experience. So that is also can be one of the consideration. And the last one is the related to the financial risk is AI and automation overspend. So many departments who are heavily investing on license cost without the ROI tracking. So that is also needs to be checked. So we have checked recently in some cases, out of 100 chatbots that we have purchased for the work, only 40 were working, or 40 were only used. So that was actually underutilized and nobody was monitoring. So that is the in the era of AI and the chatbot usage, technology company invest heavily on it, and there is underutilization which is being experienced. So in terms of financial risk consideration, this is about the internal audit insight. And about the operational risk consideration, we have seen during the COVID situation or after the COVID, many companies have shifted from work from office to work from home. So remote work has increased, and that actually also lead to asset control gaps. So we have seen cases where the people, they will not come back in office for 2 3 years continuously, and there are cases that they have lost their devices like laptops, or in some cases their mobile phones which were given by the company, and they did not inform on time. There was some kind of intentional fraudulent activity will also happen. So there was a gap because of the nature of the operation has changed. So that can be a key consideration. Another thing is the operational dependencies on third parties. So as we talked in the previous slide, now technology companies are heavily dependent on the outsource IT professionals and some technical domain which they do not have internally. They do not have the talent to compensate. So they are hiring from outside those kind of talent. So in some situation there is over dependency on third party resources where our critical projects can be delayed if there is an unforeseen situation that the third party resource may be absconded or may left the company in between the project. So that dependency risk is always there. So we have to be very careful while assigning these kind of projects or technical know-how to the third party resources. So there should be a backup plan, or there should be a some kind of compensatory plan so that our internal resources can also handle the same work which is being done by the outsourced tech professional. So as the technology is changing, people are refreshing their knowledge. They're taking undergone a lot of new courses, new certifications. So they keep on updating themselves to be marketable and to be knowledgeable. So is attrition is being seen in many tech companies as a big organization level problem. So that is also knowledge drain and transition risk, which we see, which we have already seen in a couple of years after COVID. So that is high attrition because of the technological changes is happening, and people are refreshing their skills, and they are quite marketable, and they are switching more frequently than it used to happen 5 years or 10 years before. So that is also one of the key risk areas in the technology companies. And the increased use of generative AI right now, governance process is under it is under implementation right now. So there is no AI ethical law right now is in place, which is uh, which is fully implemented. So the government is yet to have a proper AI ethical law for the implementation and for the control part of AI. So developers and content team widely adopting AI tools like ChatGPT without the data privacy concerns. In one case, I have seen one of the case, when a person upload the confidential document of the company on ChatGPT, and later the same document actually was found on some server. So that was the thing that without governance, how risky the situation can be. The last one related to the operational risk is the IP protection and leakage risk. So in many technology company, there is a separate department which is called, IP, that is intellectual property, and the patent department, who used to take care the technical know-how, how we are, the engineers, they are working on new projects, new technological, innovations. So how we are timely protecting those intellectual contents, intellectual property. So that is one of the key consideration, because if we have worked on it, our resources are being utilized for the creation of the the intellectual property. But if it is, unfortunately, it is not timely secured, then it's a big risk for the organization. So that's it from the internal audit insight about technology company. Now I would like to move forward and talk about something practical, which we have done in recent past. So I would like to share some practical audit approach. The typical, the traditional way of auditing is one thing, but how we practically see in the organization, so that also matters a lot. So I'm going to share my personal experiences, which is a part of a behavioral kind of auditing. So let me give you some example. When we see some pattern of behavior of the people, when we talk some process owner, and we are seeing some continuously quality issue ignored by process owners. Maybe, for example, if somebody is taking care one product or service for which there is a quality issue, we are seeing that maybe the toilet roll which we are using in the washroom is not of good quality, and continuously there is a quality issue. Many people are complaining about it, but it is being ignored by the process owner. So that can be a signal of the deep control elapse, or something maybe which is turning out to be a fraud risk. So that behavioral pattern, we being a good auditor, so we should also start inculcating these kind of qualities, like reading the pattern of how to read the behaviors of the people to whom we are talking, and the auditees that we have. Another thing is the user feedback, that is also play a very important role. When we see user feedback, a red flag, consistently we are seeing that the genuine complaints raised by the users are unaddressed, and there is a willful negligence, or they are intentionally hiding, the process owner is intentionally hiding something, maybe because of their own interest. So that creates a red flag. So that is a part of the behavioral auditing. So personally, I have seen in many cases this kind of approach helps a lot to identify the gaps, and to recognize the big picture, which we are not able to see with the open eyes when we used to adopt the traditional way of working. Sometimes we see there are a lot of services which are actually not required for the organization, and they are redundant services, like maybe uh, a service which is being used for so many years at a particular cost, maybe let's say 1 crore rupees monthly we are spending. But when we are checking that actually this service is required or not, we are not able to see the proper justification, the reasoning. So there is unnecessary services retained despite clear cost saving opportunities. So it may indicate a collusion, or there is something wrong which is going on. So may not be, may not be it is 100% it is wrong, or it's a fraud, but definitely there is a red flag. So we can think about it, and we can practically we can you know develop these kind of behavioral pattern reading habits, so that we can sense the risk. So I talked about the risk, the behavioral pattern reading and all. So about the actionable items, after seeing all these things, what should we do, and how we should approach, the structured way of addressing these kind of critical issues. So one is we follow why nothing changed trend means why we should ask question from ourselves why nothing has changed. Persistent issues are happening, no remedies are being done, and there is a demand of deeper investigation, but nothing is going on. So why it is happening? So why nothing changed trail? If we follow, then it will actually lead us to some new area of checking or something new can be explored, so that we can actually get into our target. The second one is the SSP process owners accountability. Means we should understand whether the particular person who is actually taking care that process or service, that person is not concerned about changing something. So why is it something related to that person only, or maybe one level up the situation is? So we need to think about whether his manager or maybe his senior is also involved in not to do that kind of change happening. So that we need to think about the owner's accountability, how accountable or how the organization structure is, and if we have accountability structure is weak or overridden by informal influences, we should it is maybe needing to intentional inaction. So that is the major concern that we need to address to management. Another one is the, if we see all these patterns when we see that, oh, nothing is being changed, there is accountability risk, there is behavioral pattern that we also observe, there is, something is red flag. So we should integrate all these things in the risk scoring of that particular process. When we do audit that process, the risk scoring should be very high compared to the other items. So whenever we make an audit plan and if we see red flags in the particular processes, then we should give a high risk scoring for these kind of processes where we see these kind of behavioral pattern issues. And of course, we should closely with the management about presenting these kind of findings in a positive way, so that we can make them realize that this is something wrong is going on, and this is the impact that is going to be created, and we have some kind of basic analysis and some kind of evidences to uh, demonstrate or to substantiate that our findings are not biased and we have certain things that is valid. So that is the practical audit approach that I used to follow, and that I would like to share with you. I would also want to ask if you also experience these kind of things in maybe in past, something relatable to it. Then we can have some kind of interactive session from now, so that we can relate to the situation. We can find a solution also. How we can come across these kind of situation. How should we should handle these situation. So that's it from my part right now, as far as the concept and the approach is concerned. So if we have certain questions, maybe we can look upon. Over to you, Pulkit.
Thank you so much, Alok sir, uh, for this insightful and thought-provoking session. As such questions, I can see just one question from one of the members named Sridhar Nagraj from Bangalore, and and he says that some AI software initially offers free or lesser prices. After then, the prices increase by 10 times. So how difficult it is difficult to learn every time a new AI software. So how to handle that situation and how to get a reasonably priced AI audit software.
So I would like to say, because heavy investments are being done by the the technology companies to building these kind of softwares. Not many companies who are making the AI related, the generative AI related tools. So they are very limited companies, and they are heavily investing on, because the initial cost will be very high when the technology will become old. Because right now we're in the phase of narrow AI. So generative AI means the chat GPT is the narrow AI. After that, we will have advanced AI. Then after advanced AI, we will have expert AI. So the future will be totally changing. It's like a mobile phone, which, a flagship phone, which is recently launched in the market. It is too expensive. When we buy it after 1 year, it will be, a little cost effective. So initially, we used to see some kind of offers also, seven days trial offer. So that is being given by the company to demonstrate the features of this particular tool, so that you can be used to it and you can explore the functionality, and you can practically utilize the features of it. However, there are multiple tools which are available that are a bit free of cost up to some extent, and they give some kind of capabilities and functionalities which we can utilize freely. And as and when we are getting a ROI out of it, then we can actually invest a little bit amount on some good tools. Because anyway, if we are getting some good output out of it, we can utilize in the working, and we can have certain better results for which we are using those tools. So it is like a cost benefit analysis that we need to done. But anyway, a good tool require some kind of investment that has to be done.
So, you said about the ROI. So one of our members have, one of the members from Vadodara, named Jignesh Bhatt, has asked if could you please guide us how to measure the ROI for the AI?
Okay. So ROI for the AI can be measured in multiple terms. First, we need to set the objective why we are using AI. Is it because we want to replace some human to a machine? Is it something that we want to bring some kind of efficiencies into the work? Is it because we want to enhance the quality of the work? So there are quantitative parameters, there are qualitative parameters. So that we need to understand ROI does not actually every time means that it's a financial impact that we need to consider. ROI is something that making your work is easy, making your work more professional and systematic, and your speed up and your the basic clerical work that you used to do by yourself, it is now being done by the machine. However, when you used to use machines also, then you have to apply your mind to give a better prompt to get the proper outcome out of it. So ROI is in financial terms is very difficult to calculate. However, for some direct relation into it, I can say that let's say if we have some clerical work for which we have engaged 10 people, and if we implement a AI tool which can scan a lot of documents of expenses for which an accounting team used to have 10 people, so right away, so if that the tool is replacing those manual work and clerical work, and it can be done by maybe the tool is doing work for maybe two people, uh, we can actually maybe eight people we can keep upon, and instead of that two people's cost, if we can uh, you know just we can shift those two people. I'm not saying that we has to work with eight people. I'm just saying that we can utilize those two people in a more meaningful manner, so that those two people can do some qualitative job, and instead of that we can calculate the ROI that okay, this clerical work we have shifted to the AI tool, and our efficiency and overall quality has been improved. The department quality has been improved. So in this way we can showcase. And ROI directly, calculation is very subjective. It depends on your objective, how you're targeting.
So with regard to this, one another question has arisen. What are the best tool for an MNC which can generate the AI-enabled MIS reports?
So practically speaking, in my organization, we are internally developing the AI tools. So we are not actually using any other third-party AI tool. And I also personally did not explore much about the market available tools, because there are multiple tools available. So if you see, if you read about the kind of tools, so for text generation there are different tools. For data analytics there are different tools. For image generation there are different tools. For video creation there are different tools. So because of this set of machine learning is different for all type of AIs. So there are multiple tools available. I think that based on the requirement of the person, he has to explore that thing and do some kind of self analysis.
So thank you so much, Alok sir. We are done with the questions. I don't think there is much queries regarding this. You explained it very beautifully. And thank you for such an insightful session. Your detailed exploration of how technological advancements, especially AI and IoT, are reshaping risk profiles. As CAs, how we need to protect our clients' data as per DPDP Act, as CA might be heavily affected by this. And the emphasis on updating the risk management strategies, practical tools, and audit approaches you have beautifully defined. And the case studies which you have shared has taken the thing into the theory into the practice, and I'm sure all the participants must have benefited through it. And I once again thank you, and on behalf of the organizing committee and all the attendees, I sincerely thank you for taking time to enlighten us today, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pulkit. It has been a wonderful experience, and I did not prepare much actually because this was our first session, and definitely I would like to work upon more to bring more practical approach and more my experience into it so that I can get into some kind of value addition to the audience. Thank you so much.
Just to, just to add to the thing, your deliberation has been means heard by more than 800 participants, so you should acknowledge yourself as well that such an important and insightful session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank
So now we come to the next part of the today's session, session number two, AI in taxation. Sir, more than 800 participants are there, so there might be many queries which might be coming up, and your session is already like AI in taxation is something which everybody is looking for because of this complexities and everything. The ITR written forms and everything is coming up. So AI is definitely a boom in the practice as well. Uh, CA Akhil Pachori ji, and he's a tech-savvy professional from Jaipur, Rajasthan, and has etched his name in the world of financing technology. His USA-based certifications as a certified ethical hacker, certified information system auditor, and certified fraud examiner have set him apart in the field of financing technology. Since 2014, he has been professionally engaged as a system auditor specializing in IT systems and vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. He is a knowledge sharer, regularly illuminating various forms with insights on cybersecurity, system audit, artificial intelligence, forensic accounting, fraud detection, office optimization, etc. He has taken as many as 100 plus sessions around the country till date. He is an active speaker on AI, frequently delivering sessions to educate and inspire professionals about the impact and potential of AI in the finance and technological sector. I once again welcome you, Akhil sir, and and the stage is all yours. I won't take much time because the case studies which you will be sharing will be immense benefit for the members. Over to you, Akhil sir.
So, thank you very much, Pulkit ji, for such a warm welcome. Also, I would ask whether my screen is visible or
Yes, sir, your screen is
yeah.
visible.
So now, yeah, thank you. So, as we all know, 2 days back on Monday, uh, this select committee report came, right? This is the select committee report, and if you have a look at it, or if you had the time to have a look at it, if you see there are 4,584 pages in this whole report, and the act itself starts from yeah, it itself starts from so for some 4,000 odd pages, right? So if you see the length of this whole documentation, this contains each and every thing in detail what happened in the select committee regarding the new income tax bill that was presented in the previous session of the Lok Sabha. And post that, if you see, there are 3,600 pages of clause by clause examination of the income tax bill. And what these clauses contain is the what was mentioned in the a clause in the bill that was presented, and what were the representation that were received from various people, be it businessmen, professionals, and the ministry's reply on so and so representations and everything. This is all is contained. Now there is the consolidation. Okay, this 100 pages you can read, but still it's around 200 odd pages, so it will also take a lot of time. Now, what you will try to do is you will try to go to this chat GPT or Gemini or Perplexity and what you will try to do is you will try to upload this whole documentation. Uh, you will try to upload this. Just a second. Yeah. If I try to upload it here or here on Perplexity or on Gemini, right? So what it will do is it will put that in its own memory, and then it will process the questions or the prompts that you ask. Now there comes a basic problem with the LLMs, and that particular problem is the context window. So what I'll show you today is a bit of basics. If you see, this is the AI model context window comparison of few of the models. This is the GPT-4 Turbo, mostly you called as GPT-4o. This model is of OpenAI, then Gemini 1 Pro, then Claude 2.1, and then came the Gemini 1.5. Currently, we have 2.5 Flash and 2.5 Pro with us. So now, if you have a look, the token capacity, you will see that GPT-4o is having 128,000 token capacity. Gemini 1 had a bit less, Claude is having a bit more than GPT-4o, and then came the GPT-4 1.5. Now that is having more than or equivalent to 1 million, that is 10 million tokens. Now you must be thinking why I am talking about all these things and everything, right? See, there is something which is known as context, and by context, I mean it is the RAM of a computer. Similarly, in the LLMs, it gives you the answers on the basis of the context that is stored in its memory. The more the memory, the more you can have the context and the more you can provide, right? Now, if you see at the top, it is written token capacity is the equivalent of 1 hour video, 11 hours of audio, 30,000 lines of code, and 700,000 of words, right? So, if I have a look at this PDF, you must all agree that it is having more than 700,000 words, right? Because in a single paragraph, you may see 20, 30 words. So now, if you will use ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini 1, you will see that you will not be able to get answers from the pages beyond the 128,000 window. Matlab, if I say that there are, let's suppose, 40 pages, the 4o would be able to grasp only 20 pages, but Gemini 1.5 Pro would be able to give you answers from all the 40 pages. So there comes the basic difference. Now I will be using Gemini 2.5 Pro or Flash, whatever you may wish, and I will prompt for the questions that all of us are having. Now, what I'll ask is, what is the change in the bill in the HRA section of salaried people as compared to previous act? Another thing that you may do, see, Perplexity has already said file select committee so and so exceeds the model's token limit. So you cannot use Perplexity Pro. If you try to attach it with ChatGPT also, you will see that it won't even take it in its own memory only. Leave apart the everything or anything. it won't take in its own memory only. Yeah, see, it won't accept this file only because it will exceed the 128,000 context memory. And this is the paid version I am using. For those who think that paid it would work, this is the paid version. So, acha, one more thing what I wanted to tell you all, because I opened the perplexity. If you are having any Airtel subscription or any one of you is having Airtel subscription at your home, you are having 12 months of Perplexity Pro for free. That's a collaborative offer of Airtel and Perplexity, and you can avail it via your Airtel. Thanks. So I'm not promoting, but it's a offer which is providing Pro subscription free to all the Airtel users. So you may kindly avail this benefit as well. Right. So this will be throwing an error. Now, see it. This Gemini 2.5 Pro, it uploaded the file. I asked the question, and the answer has been provided to me. Now, just have a look at it. Although specific details regarding HRA are not specifically outlined. Okay. The new will create self-contained call. Okay. In the sources, if you see, you will see the page number 18, page number 13, and all the pages. So what I'll do is I will now come to the next option that Google is providing, which is Notebook LM. What you can do is you can create your own notebook using this, and what you all have to do is just upload the income tax bill in the sources. So what I'll do is I'll just refresh this and go to that LM again. Yeah. So what I have done is I have uploaded that particular bill in the sources. Now I will show this to you how to create from scratch. I'll just go to Notebook LM on Google. I'll click on try Notebook LM, and then here you can see create a new notebook. Now when I click on create new notebook, I have uh, the option to upload sources. Now, what are these sources? You can upload a PDF file, a text file, an audio file, a markdown file. Markdown file can be downloaded either from some files are being generated by ChatGPT, and even Perplexity is also giving an option to export to the markdown file, right? Then comes the Google Drive. Google Drive, you can upload Google Slides, Google Docs. Then comes the link. Okay. Now, in this link, let's suppose I have the article on uh, 3CD reporting. Like, okay, let's just search it now. This is this in 3CD reporting. I'll just go to Google. What I'll do is, yeah, this is the user manual. No? Okay, user. No, this is for uploading. FAQs. Yeah, oh, yeah. So I have a few sources. One is the Tax Guru article by. Okay, it is not from the author name is not mentioned. Then I have the web ClearText website. Uh, I think I'll just skip this. Then I have the CM Mehul Thakkarji's PPT from Gandhidham ICI. Okay. Uh, yeah. Gandhidham ICI branch must have done some CP study circle meeting or something. And this PDF file is uploaded on their website. Okay. And the third one is the reporting under new format of 3CD of guide by BCS, Bombay Chartered Accountant Society, right? Now, what I'll do is refer an Excel, yeah, and Excels are also there. So what I'll do is I'll just copy the link and I'll mention the website name, right? Insert. Then I will add again another website, and that was this Mehul Thakkarji's, right? Website. I'll paste the URL, insert. Another website I'll insert, and the third was the 3CD, right? I'll insert. So I have these three websites as the source, and I believe BCAS and this text guru article I would say most of the people rely on. And this Gandhidham also one of the session. I don't know the exact date when it was uploaded, so it would be maybe it may be of previous years or this year. I don't know, but still I am using it just for the reference. So kindly ignore if it's an old file. Okay, I think it's an old file only, 1718. So what I'll do is I'll remove this completely. I'll remove this. Yeah. So now I have these two sources. And if you find that the naming of this particular notebook has been done itself by the notebook LM on the basis of the sources that I provided, right? Now, what I'll do is a lot of people or the staff or the articles they face a problem while creating or while um, filing the 3CD under which column what has to be taken. And on the basis of what has to be reported, we have to extract a particular data. Correct. So what I'll do is I'll ask clause wise what is to be reported, and then I will ask what details do I take and where do I go to take this reporting data, right? So just have a look at it and we'll proceed further. What is required to be reported in clause 22 of the PD? Let's just zoom a bit just so that it's visible. Yeah, see, clause 22 of 3CD requires the tax auditor to report particulars of amount of interest inadmissible under section 23 of MSMED Act. Now, MSMED Act section 23 says the if the interest is applicable on so and so rate, and the income tax disallows it on a but under some section, and then clause 22 requires that if a particular interest is being charged by MSMED and it is debited in the PNL, that needs to be disallowed. Right? Now, here if you see, there is if you can see there is one written, and when I hover around it, it gives me a pop-up. Clause 22 requires particulars of amount so and so, so and so. And if I click on it, it will on the left hand side take me to that particular text from where it has taken. Now, the wonderful thing or the USP of this whole notebook LM is that it will not hallucinate at all. It will not hallucinate at all. Why am I saying this? Reason is this will provide you answers only on the basis of the sources that you have uploaded or annexed on the left hand side. In my case, I have annexed two websites as the source. So if there is anything beyond the two websites, it won't go beyond that. So this is the USP of this whole tool. Now you can go to that particular text and verify whether this is correct or not. Because many people say on the basis of this, if I do some reporting and everything, it might be wrong. Now, many of you might be knowing that Kerala High Court has banned the usage of AI completely in their offices. Ministry of Finance has come up with a notification long back, I think 5 6 months back, that in any government offices, no usage of AI should be there. Why are they telling this? Because of the data privacy. The previous speaker, Atul Gupta ji, talked about the DPDP Act. Now, what DPDP Act says that if you are a data fiduciary, which all chartered accountants are, and once it gets into effect, all the chartered accountants are going to be covered under this DPDP Act. So for you, complying with DPDP Act becomes all the more important. Now, if you upload these sensitive documents, for example, in my topic today, what I have been assigned AI in taxation, in my topic, I would say what is the sensitive information. If I take the income tax department notices or anything 143 scrutiny notices that you all have received, in that notices the pen, the details of the SSE, these all things are confidential, the address and everything. So these all things, if you upload directly to the website, it is going to make a lot of I mean, there is a possibility that data may get leak out of that particular server of that website. Currently, also, if you see the SharePoint servers are already being exploited. Recently, the zero-day vulnerability is out in the wild, and still there is no patch yet. So there are possibilities. Anything can happen if a coin DCX and WazirX, there is platforms which are known to be secured by blockchain and everything. They can get hacked and these bitcoins get transferred. Anything can happen. So once you are online, privacy is a myth. So what you can do is you can either redact those sensitive information, and what we call is sensitization of data or anonymization of data, right? So we do this thing and then only we upload the thing. I'll show you an example how do we do that. But before that, I'll complete this notebook LN and then we'll proceed. So if you see, clause 22 has been provided to me what has to be reported. Now I'll ask what figure is to be reported in clause 22. Please explain and provide me from where I can get the data from the financials of the SSE. See, what is being reported? This clause specifically target interest expenses that cannot be claimed for tax purposes. Okay. Where to get data from financials? The SSE is primary responsible. Obviously, 3CD would be the part of the responsibility of the SSE, but it happens otherwise. So the tax auditors reporting for clause 22 relies on information available regarding the registration status of suppliers under MSME. Now it is telling me you have to first check for the registration whether the MSME person is a micro, a small, or a medium person is a trader or a manufacturer, and then the reporting would be affected. Okay. It is crucial that SSC maintain proper records to ascertain so and so. Okay. The auditor may include auditor note to state that the information provided has been determined to the extent such parties have been identified by the SSC. Now, what it is telling that if it is the responsibility of the SSC to identify, auditor has to give this. Now, I'll ask for the note as well and see if it is there in the particular through websites that I gave, right? Now, what I'll do is uh, provide me the auditor note in case the SSE has not identified whether the suppliers are MSME registered or not. Now it will provide me only on the basis of information if it is available on these two websites. Nothing beyond that. Right? Let's see. See, it has provided me this auditor's note. Creditors under MSMED are not ascertainable. The SSC does not have necessary information regarding so and so, so and so, so and so. Now, from where it took this information, I'll show you. When you click on the source, it will take me to that particular source, and the SEC does not have. See, it is the exact copy paste of the source document that I mentioned. So what you can do is you can create a repository of such sources. Like I have this BCAS reporting specimen, so I can upload this in the memory of this notebook, and I'll be prompting this and sharing it with my staff so that they can use it when they file the 3CD or prepare 3CD. Now, how do I share it? Sir, if you look at the top right, it's a share option. Previously, this option to share with the link, this was not available. Now it is available to all. Now what you have to do is you can just click on anyone with the link and this copy the link. Now how it will appear in everybody sitting at the home, just because I cannot share the link in the Zoom with you. Okay, so it is asking me for the login. Okay. Hmm. What I'll do is I'll open on Edge. Let's see whether I'm logged in. Okay, there also I'm logged out. No issues. What I'll do is I'll just log in with another notebook, another account. Just that. Okay, again I'm logged in, so that's why this problem. But again, if anybody can try, they can try this. Or what you want to do is you just want to share it with your own office staff or on the office email ID itself. What you can do is you can just click here and give the viewer right or whatever you want, and just click on send. So a mail would be received to that particular person that a particular notebook has been shared. Now this is what you can do by uploading all the resources that you have. I just found two resources useful. I have found in a short period of time. So now you can add all the sources that you have in the whole audit this season. You can create the notebooks, upload the sources, as many sources you want. Uh, if you have a YouTube video where the 3CD reporting is shown, you can add that as well. You just have to go to YouTube and paste the YouTube URL, so it will be done as well. So if you have a webinar on 3CD specific reporting by the CP committee or any other committee, DTC or anyone, what you can do is you can just copy paste that link and then paste it here. it will be annexed, and then it will transcribe the whole video and provide you the answers on the basis of the whole description or the whole discussion that went on for 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. Right now, uh, I was showing you how to protect the sensitization or the confidential information. Right. See, if you see, sir, uh, this is the surveillance policy of a particular client. I was supposed to check whether this complies with the circular or not. And now, if I click on this particular thing, you would see that I'm not able to remove it or anything, right? Yeah, why? Because I have redacted it. Now, how do I redact a particular file or the sensitive information, right? So what I'll do is I'll take a small file from here. If I have, yeah, let's take this file. So what I'll do is I don't know how many of you have used this PDF 24 offline tool, but this offline tool is used for redacting. If you don't want this offline tool to be downloaded, obviously you can go online, but again, the risk of uploading any file online is equivalent if you are uploading it anywhere else. So the offline tool is better than anything. That is what I think. And in this tool, if you would see, there is a option of blacken PDF, right? I click on the blacken PDF. I will choose the file. Let's suppose the doors. Now, as soon as I upload the file, I'll go to the sensitive information that I have to hide, right? So let's suppose I have to hide this sensitive information, which is the names of the persons, right? Now, what I'll do is I'll just create, go to the rectangle shape on the top, add shape option is there. I'll just go to the size that I want. Then I'll extend it in whatever way I want. I can reduce the size till this. I can extend it to the whole page, whatever I need. So I'll just do this. And now I think, okay, the sensitization is done for me. What I'll do is I will save the file. If you see at the top here, the option of save PDF is there. Now it is saving the PDF. Now you are ready to go and upload this file anywhere after the sensitization. How I do it with the notices, I'll show you. This is the real notice that I have received from the department in this Jaipur State Department. So this is the client details that I have hidden. Then it says the brief facts of the case. During the examination, it was found that so and so having GST so and so, the taxpayer so and so was found non-existent. My client had an invoice from a particular supplier who was declared non-existing by DGGA Delhi, and these are the invoices which in which the tax amount is 8,83,000. So I was told that I have to reverse everything. So what I had to do is I had to prepare a reply, but before preparing the reply, I needed some research to be done on the case laws, right? On the case laws, I had to do some research because this is a notice where I require the legal backing instead of the factual backing. Because see, factual backing, I'll give, okay, I have the invoice, I have everything, the e-way bill is there and everything, payment has been made, return has been filed. Just because you didn't find, that doesn't mean my invoice is fake. So this is everything I have in the facts. But to support my claim, I need something which supports legally, like a high court case or a Supreme Court case. Now, for this, what I had to do is I had to do a research. Now, for deep research, what you can do is either you can go to ChatGPT and go to the tools like deep research is there in this as well. If you want to go to other websites like Gemini or Perplexity, you can go there as well, because these are also having deep research available with them, right? What I'll do is now these are the sources from where you can do the web research. You can have Canva, you can have GitHub, or you can have your own Gmail or your own Google Drive. If you have the details of something saved on your own Gmail or Google Drive, you can connect that as well. So I have connected my GitHub, Canva, Gmail, and Google Drive. Right. So what I have to do is I have to just simply enable this Gmail and everything. And now what I'll do is I have received a notice from for my client from the department. Now you are an advanced legal research AI specializing in GST law. Your task is to search for relevant case laws that support the position of a taxpayer who received a show cause during GST proceeding. The taxpayer has purchased goods from a supplier who has declared non-existing by the Directorate of DGGI Delhi, right? But the taxpayer has paid for one of the matlab, I, as a taxpayer, have paid the goods. I have the invoice. I have everything that is required under Section 60. Only that the supplier was found non-existent, and DGGI sent a letter, and this everything was done on me. Now, I want you to focus on case laws, either High Court or Supreme Court. Case laws are from the post GST era. With post GST era, I mean that from the 2017 and thereon. Now, why haven't I written GST Appellate Tribunal? Because that is not in function. Otherwise, I would have taken GST 80 as well. Right? Now, provide real case law citation, including the names of the cases, citation number, relevant experts, excerpts that highlight the court's stance on the issue of legitimate expectation, compliance with Section 16, and the rights of bona fide purchase. Avoid hallucination and fake fictitious citations. Case name, citation, code, date of judgment, and summary. These all things I require. Now, what I have to give to that is the notice, right? So I'll upload the notice as well. Just that I have nothing in Gmail and Google Drive, so I'll remove the sources as Gmail and Google Drive and just click on deep research. If you see, this is the length of the prompt that I have to give, because the more detailed the prompt, the more detailed and the specific output you will be getting. It's like a 1 year old first day article. You are giving an instruction. The more clearer and detailed you would be, the better response you would be getting. Right? Now, the difference between deep research and normal research is that it asks you a few questions. Like in my case, it has asked me, has your client maintained all documentation related to tax invoice payment proof? Yes. Second, has supplier uploaded the invoice details in GSTR1 3B? Yes. Are you looking specifically for cases where the supplier declared non-existing but the buyer was granted relief? Yes. Do you want cases where court dismissed section 16(2)(c) in depth regarding the payment to tax by the government? Yes. As soon as I hit enter, you will see that it will start research and it will take a bit of time, approximately 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the number of sources it goes through, and also on the basis of the prompt that I give. Right? So, meanwhile, this research is going on. I'll show you another thing which you can do. Again, I'll use the chat GPT. And now in this, I'll go to the models. Why models I am specifically going to O3 for this particular thing is, now let me tell you the case. The case is that I have to identify the MSMED interest that I have to pay, because in clause 22 this year, if you have studied or if you have read somewhere, the reporting requires that we have to mention the interest amount whether or not it has been debited in the PNL of the client or not. So that means the client needs to do the calculation, and for us to check, we'll have to verify the calculation of the. If there comes a TDL, well and good, we may do that. If you can generate a VBA also for this. But what I'll do is I'll export the ledger in the tally, from tally to Excel. I'll export the tally ledgers to Excel, and this is what these ledgers look like. I hope you all agree with me that this is what the ledger looks like when you export to the Excel. I have exported two ledgers. You may take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever number of ledgers you may wish. You can take these uh, ledgers to n number of ledgers, and then you can upload the file. What I'll do is I'll just give this particular prompt. You are a AI financial analyst with expertise in calculating interest on outstanding amounts as per MSMED Act. Now, one more complication is there in calculation the MSMED Act interest calculation is because the Act says you have to apply interest 3x of the RBI repo rate. Correct? Now, RBI does a bi-monthly meeting for all these things, repo rate, SLR, CRR, and everything, right? There are chances that there may be 6 changes in the rate in a year, and if not 3, 4, whatever the changes may be. So that also you have to consider while calculation, right? But in this case, I have already mentioned that you have to identify the repo rate that is effect on that particular date. Once it changes, it will revise the calculation because it is 3x the repo rate. If a 50 basis point changes come, then also there would be a 1.5 percentage change in the interest rate, right? So everything I have provided. Now, what it is doing, it is thinking, and it has provided me a illustrative example as well. Now, what do I have to do now? Right? I have to provide the ledgers. Now, ledgers, as I have showed you, is in Excel. So, what I'll do is I'll upload the ledgers here itself. Now, I'll give here is the ledger of parties. See, it has extracted the ledger in this form, and I had four, five, I had two sheets, so it is showing me SK gems and this Kela Devi stones. So if you have three, four, five, all the ledger, all the sheets should be uploaded, and you can have a look what was contained in the Excel, right? Now, if you see, it is analyzing and calculating on the basis of instruction that I gave in the previous prompt, right? O3 model is something which is very high in IQ. I'll show you this also. This particular graphic where the smartest AI models were ranked on the basis of IQ test score of Mensa Norway, right? O3 is the highest IQ model with 135. So it does a bit of better thinking. Then comes the Claude 4 Sonnet, then Flash Thinking 2.5 Pro and everything. So if you see the average human IQ is 100, but still I say in many tasks you would see that humans are quite better than AI. But in the test metrics that have been set by them, average human is 100 IQ, genius is 130, and it has surpassed the 130 mark, and it is at the IQ of 130. So you can obviously understand why we will be using O3 for this particular thing, just to calculate what interest has to be paid or what was supposed to be paid had it been debited in the P&L. So I have the summary where 37,702 is for Makela Devi and 3967 is for this, right? And detailed MSME calculations are also there. Now, if you see, I mean, obviously, I can verify this on the basis of ledger. If you see 62,361 was outstanding and everything. I mean, I have already verified it. This detailed calculation is correct to my knowledge. Right now, uh, let's go to the okay. The research is still undergoing. So, meanwhile, Pulkitji, if you have any questions in the portal that has been provided, if you can see any question, we can take those.
Yes, sir. One of the participants from Ghaziabad, named Govinji, is asking, like, tell me the best benefit of AI while filing income tax returns by their employees, particularly in the capital gain details.
Or calculating the capital gain or what?
Yes, particularly in the capital gains. Basically, he's asking like how we can engage the employees, telling them the benefit of AI while filing the income tax returns, and particularly because nowadays many people are doing the share trading and everything. So he might be interested in getting to know about the capital gain details.
Okay,
How we can use
so
the benefit of AI.
okay, so how to use that in the ITR filing, right? See, ITR filing, majority people are using softwares, I suppose. All the professionals are using software. For those who are not using, what I suggest is you can again sensitize that particular statement that you receive from this your broker, and if that is not in Excel, I am saying only if that is not in Excel, it's in PDF or a scan printout or something like that. Then in that case, what you can do is you can upload the image of that photocopy or printout physical if you have, or otherwise you can upload the PDF by redacting that I just showed, and then upload and tell them to I want the obviously you have to give a prompt and tell that I need a Excel sheet of these all these things where I need the this ISIN number. I need the name of the share or mutual fund. I need the date of sale and the date of purchase, and whether it's a long term or a short term, and obviously the gain. What is the gain? Deducting the brokerage expenses, leaving apart the STT, because STT I suppose is not allowed as far as I am concerned in the capital gain. Uh, so this prompt you will give, and on the basis of 10 pager, 5 pager, 6 pager, whatever PDF you upload, it will give you an Excel in a summary basis. That Excel, I suppose you can import or you can take a printout of that whole summary, and you will have the short term, long term, and everything. But again, I'll say use a model which is good in thinking and reasoning, like O3 or Gemini, this 2.5 Pro or Claude Force on it.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, sir, one question is from my end. You have shown us the use of ChatGPT as well as Google Gemini. So, as a pro version, or if you want to purchase a pro version, which is a better AI tool, the ChatGPT or the Google Gemini? Because like Google Gemini, you told us the number of tokens are more than way more than higher than the ChatGPT. But the ChatGPT is supported by the institute's CAGPTs as well. So, which one do you recommend uh, to purchase as a pro version?
See, this question is being asked by me by all the participants in all the batches, and there is no single answer to this because every model has its own benefit, every model has its own pros and cons. Now, if you take the example of Gemini, sir, Gemini comes free if you are using 2 terabyte of storage plan, that is 1950 per month. If you are using 2 terabyte of per month plan, then obviously it is free for you. If not, there is a 12-month free subscription for students. For students, it is free. Currently, Google has a plan as an offer for students. It is 12 months. It's free. Now, coming to the paid version for the chartered accountants, if you are working more in the Google Workspace, by Google Workspace, I mean you are using Drive extensively, you are using Gmail extensively, you are using Sheets, you are using Google presentations and everything. If you are using this Google Workspace more often, it's better if you go for Gemini paid version. If it has the connectors as well. If just let me show you. I go to the settings and click on apps, you can see Google Workspace. I have enabled this. That means whatever I prompt here, it will go to the Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Drive, Google Task, Google Keep, Google Docs, and everything, and provide me the answer. Like if you want, I can. Okay, let me show you once. What is the what was the last mail received from AI in ICA? No, I don't receive from SMS. See, now it is connecting with the workspace. Now it will go to my Gmail, search SMC over there, give me the links of those mails directly here in Gemini itself. Just have a look. The last email received from SMC on Wednesday, 3 p.m. The subject of the email is statement of accounts of funds and so and so. If you see here at the end, there is a link also mentioned. If I just click over there, I can just go directly to that particular link. So it's up to the usage what you do. Now coming to ChatGPT, sir, if you are using or if you want to use these ICI GPTs, custom GPTs, then you have to To an extent, you can use it freely. But if you're using it extensively, then you obviously will have to go for the paid version to increase the prompt limit that you get. Currently, in the free version, you only have 16 to 17 prompts per 3 hours window. In a 3 hour window, you can enter 16, 17 prompts in free version of ChatGPT. So if you want to go for that, you go for that. You can create custom GPT, which you cannot create in Gemini, right? So it all depends on the usage that you do. And again, you have the access to GPT store, which is not in the case with Gemini or Perplexity. Now coming to the Perplexity, it is coming free with the Airtel users who mostly would opt for it, obviously. For deep research, you can go for Perplexity Pro as well. If you don't want to pay for ChatGPT because it's a bit costly, you can use this Perplexity's subscription and you can do deep research here as well. However, you get five deep researches every month in ChatGPT free version as well, but you can go there. Then I have the option of labs where it will do everything, dashboard, coding, and everything. Now, if I come here, it is showing choose a model, right? Now, if I click on there, I have selected the option best. Now, just have a look at the options or the models that I have. Sonar, it's of the Perplexity. Claude 4 Sonnet that I was talking, which was ranking second in the IQ test. That is also available, but via API. GPT 4.1 available to the paid users only. Available in Perplexity Pro, I am asking, telling you. Gemini 2.5 Pro. Coming to the reasoning models, I have the access to O3 as well, O3 Pro as well, for Sonnet Thinking as well, Opus Thinking, Grok 4, which is new, and R1, which is of DeepSeek. So I have the access to these models as well if I take Perplexity Pro. But again, it depends on the limit. It will allow on the basis of API access of you use. So if you want to use all the models at one place, Perplexity is the best option. Otherwise, ICI is also coming with the ICI AI agent as well. Mostly, it will come to the members. I am hoping in August, September around, they will get the access. And it's going to be useful as you will be getting all the ICI GPTs that are created there. Those whole GPTs would be transferred to the ICI AI agent itself. So this is going to happen. Just wait for the AI committee to provide access to the members. Now, meanwhile, we'll take questions. This is the last thing that I'll show because we are nearing 6 p.m. If you see, I gave the prompt and the answer of the four question that was asked to me. It researched for 6 minutes, found 26 sources were relevant out of 79 searches, right? Now it has given me the case laws where it upheld the bona fide purchaser rights. Now what I'll do is I'll just don't rely on ChatGPT at all. Just like everyone is saying, it hallucinates. I'm assuming it hallucinates, right? RT Infotech, I am assuming it is a fake citation. What I'll do is I'll click on the link which is mentioned at the bottom. It's of the textguru.in. I hope you all believe in TextGuru, if not in ChatGPT, because TextGuru is one of the trusted sites, and you may find sometimes the link of the judgment as well, right? So that you can find, but this is the fun case. Okay, I assume this is the real case because the name is mentioned, writ number, and everything is mentioned. It has provided me relevant except from the judgment. The High Court categorically observed and has already done the citations in italic. So if you see, I have mentioned that particular thing in the prompt itself. That's why this whole thing is coming. Second case is the Assistant Commissioner State Tax versus Suncraft Energy. Obviously, this is from the Calcutta High Court. you can go to this taxo.online and verify this whether it's a real case or unreal case, right? Then I'll go to the next case, which is National Plasto Molding versus State of Assam. LJW Industries, quite a famous case. Then DY Bethel, quite famous case. So these all things are there. Now at the end, you will find a link and you can click on that link and reach to that particular case, whether it is real or not. And in deep research, it also takes you to that particular pinpointed extract from the whole page from where it took that particular thing. So this is the difference between deep research and normal research. So this is what I wanted to show you all. Again, in 1 hour, not a lot can be done, but I tried my best to cover three cases. Now we'll go to the questions if there is any. Pulkit ji?
Thank you so much, sir. We are done with the questions as well. We took a couple of questions in between over like 10 minutes back. So I would like to thank you for your compelling session on the future of AI in taxation and your discussion around whether it's using AI case, use cases or framing replies to income tax and GST notices or the practical use of ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Notebook LM will definitely help in increasing the speed and the precision in our daily practice. So I once again thank you. And our chairman sir is not over here. He might be in some meeting or somewhere. So on behalf of the CP committee, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to the esteemed speakers, C. Alok Gupta ji and C. Akhil Pachori ji for their in-depth and thought-provoking sessions. And I also wish to thank C. Satish Kumar Gupta ji, Chairman of the CP committee, and C. Vishnu Kumar Agarwal ji, Vice Chairman of the committee, for their leadership and supporting in making this webinar possible. And a special thanks to all the participants who joined us today. And I encourage you all to reflect on today's learning and most importantly to implement them in your professional practice. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
I would like to thank both the faculties and Pulkit sir. Thank you so much. Bhargav ji, you can end the session. Ji, thank you.